Molding, casting, sculpting, painting, and monoprinting, this simple project pulls all of these together into one low-relief sculpture project. It incorporates wonderful texture and color that doesn't just sit on the surface, it's actually in the casting material. First, you'll need something to create the cast in. Something that's moisture-proof with low sides like this plastic container, whatever shape you'd like it to be. The mold is going to be made with an oil-based modeling clay, the kind that never dries out. You might know this as plastilina or plasticine. You can use any color, but white will work the best in order to view your artwork. It needs to cover the bottom of the container. Just press it down with your fingers. The texture can be defined a number of ways. You can press objects right down into the clay. You can use your fingers to build and create texture. Or you could use a variety of tools to sculpt the clay. I have a simple design here made by pressing seashells down into the clay. Just keep in mind that the finished casting will be the reverse of what you create in the container. I've begun to paint my design directly onto the clay surface so that the color can be absorbed into the casting material. Because I'm using an oil-based clay, the color will sit right on top and not be absorbed down into it. I'm using Blick watercolors, straight from the tube, not watered down at all. The more paint I apply, the stronger my color will be. So I like to build it up a little bit at a time. Perfect application isn't necessary because the colors are going to bleed together once they're wet. Here's a piece that I've finished painting and allowed to dry. Now it's time to make the cast. I'm going to use a medium called Blick Carven Cast. It's a dry powder that mixes with water to give you the best characteristics of plaster and paper mache. Measure 1 cup of lukewarm water into a mixing bowl. Next, scoop a heaping cup of carven cast directly into the water, a little bit at a time. Stir it up briskly and add some more. You should stir the mixture for about 3 minutes. The mixture should be solid enough to pick up with your hands, but not stick to your fingers. If necessary, add a little more water or a little more mix. Now, drop the carven cast by spoonfuls directly onto the clay surface, right on top of the paint. Use all of the mixture and then take the back of the spoon and smooth it out over the top. Tap the container on the table surface several times. This will evenly distribute the casting medium, and it will also work any air bubbles up to the surface. Set this aside to dry overnight. I have a dry piece here. I'm just going to turn it over, and with a little bending of the container, it will pop right out. It's still damp along the inside, so this is a good time to use your finger to smooth out any of the rough edges. Place it on a drying rack and allow it to completely harden. This may take a couple of days. The mold can be used over and over and over again. We have many more ideas for casting and embellishing your project, so please visit us at dickblick.com/lesson plans. Thanks for joining us today.